Would you change your last name for me?
I don't know about that.
Okay,
you might have to change your last name.
God.
Okay. Thriller Sharpton.
Thriller Sharpton. Jack Thriller Sharpton.
Okay.
Ooh, God.
This is Ashley Sharpton, and you're watching Thisis50.com.
You know you won't.
Good. I can't.
Ashley Sharpton, how you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine, man. You over in G-Unit right now. Thisis50.com.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you ever watch that?
Of course.
Get out of here.
Of course. Well, I'm not supposed to promote that, but yeah, of course.
And you know what's funny about that? You know, I would always like wonder the Sasha and Malaya.
Oh Lord.
What can they watch and what they can't watch?
I probably can't talk about that. I probably can't talk about that.
Word. Yeah,
but they're regular people.
They're regular people. I seen them with a Pro Era shirt on. They're like,
they are real young ladies. But
yes.
you know, you just have to be guarded and protect what is to be protected.
Word. Because people are looking at
crazy.
The birds are chirping.
What? Chirp.
What was it like growing up? You being Al Sharpton's daughter, though? I mean, because you have to be a certain kind of. You can't just grow up and be a crackhead if you want to.
No, you can't.
You don't got the luxury of being a crackhead.
God's good. God is good.
You can't be. You can't even work at Domino's.
No, I worked at McDonald's.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Get the fuck out of here.
My mom raised us. My father was always there for us. But it was different. You have to know who you are, and sometimes I think that was the hardest part, figuring out your own identity amongst Reverend Al Sharpton and National Network and Kathy Joan Trumpton, my mom, and everyone we've been around, even my sister. You have to figure out your path, and like I said, you have to protect what you know needs to be protected, including yourself. So I think that's one of the biggest parts about it. But it also has its perks, you know.
I know.
So yeah, it's a great thing, and I'm proud of my father. I'm very, very proud of what he does on a day-to-day, and it's because of him that I am. So.
Word. What do you see when you see child prodigies like that? You know what I'm saying?
You gotta pray for them because it's so much pressure. Like, let alone, first of all, I look like my father, so it's everywhere I go, from the airport to everywhere. It's like, Sharpton?
No, you sexy.
Thank you.
Not to say I'm like your daddy.
Well, no, you shouldn't. Yeah. But basically,
I
it's
hard. You before. Can I tell you
can't.
Okay.
I cannot.
Like, where you go to school at?
I went to Poly Prep Country Day School, which is a private school in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and then I went to Hampton University. Yeah. So, yep.
And you live in the Hamptons?
No, I don't. I live in Brooklyn. Brooklyn born, Harlem bred. Yep.
Word. Mm-hmm. You stay by yourself?
No, I stay with my mom.
Word.
Yeah.
Damn. I got to see her.
You got to see her.
Forget that. You got to come with my house.
Okay. No problem.
Word. Is your dad real strict?
He's particular. He's very particular. He has his expectations. You know what you can do. You know what you can't do. Ever since we were little kids, we used to go with my father to like 4 churches a Sunday, and it's like you know not to speak. You know, like when he's speaking, not to interrupt. Don't touch his hair. You know, you know what to do.
Don't touch his hair.
And now, as we grew up, you know, his diet changed. So when you're traveling with him now, if you don't eat, you got to take care of yourself. He doesn't. He's very on his schedule, on his mission. So you have to make sure that you're taken care of, because that's not his thing.
Word. He don't do no tricking.
He's straight.
You gotta pay for your own food.
No. He blesses. Yeah, no. He blesses. He's very, very, very generous. In that for everybody around him. But you have to stay on
schedule.
You on his schedule.
Word.
Yeah.
So how much involved are you in the business?
Well,
because all over your Twitter, you about that life.
Well, I am about that life, but I will say my father does not believe in nepotism, so he does not believe that it's going to be passed on to my children. I used to hate politics. I used to hate the whole thing, but I was always National Network. I grew up in National Network. That's all I know. Mm-hmm. So I once rebelled when I was in Hampton. I was like, I don't hate politics. I don't want to watch the show, nothing. But something in me, after Trayvon Martin died, it's just like, it was like, what is wrong with you, little girl? Like, you have to do your part in making sure everybody does their part. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I was feeling myself as a Sharpton and my people. That's why we started the National Action Network Youth Huddle, which meets every Monday. It's NAN. A youth group, NAN. Yep, it's under NAN. We started that last year. But basically, I felt that was my part. That was my contribution to the movement, is to help these young people be the bridge to these young people for the movement. And I felt like a lot of people are angry and a lot of people don't understand what's going on. That's what we saw, all of the protesting in the streets. We just were protesting on Tuesday, but it's just like, I feel like there needs to be some kind of guiding light. And Rev is a whole different generation from us. So when people say, oh, he's the old leader, I mean, you may feel that way, but you have to learn from what They did. And we don't have the answers, because if we had the answers, we would have solutions today.
Right.
And we're still waiting on indictments for Eric Garner, the cop who killed Eric Garner, and Ferguson. I'm not even going to go there, but it's just, we need guidance. And I feel like that's why I needed to do my part, because I wasn't doing my part. I was having too much fun and just chilling.
You was wilding out like
no,
that?
I wasn't. I was always a good kid, but in Hampton, I can say I lost. No, but in Hampton, I can say I lost my way. Like I definitely wasn't paying attention.
Lost
I did not
my
have,
way.
Yeah, my
Your
priority.
prodigal daughter.
Yes, but I'm back.
But you back.
Yes, but I'm.
Word. So what do you do for fun though?
Fun. I like, honestly, and I'm boring, I say that, but I like hanging out with my friends. But I like showcases. I like planning events. I like that. Like when everything comes together and a big show is
You
like.
smell good too. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I can't.
Whoa, what is that?
I cannot. It's Hermes.
It's her.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't.
that smell like God right now. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
but yeah, basically I like putting things together, and I like young people. I don't know. I just something about them. If I'm around them and I can make something happen and make it work,
You be
I like
out there
that.
doing the NAN and all
Yeah,
that.
I get lit. I like having fun. I like that. But I also like the internet. I don't know, social media I love social media. I don't know what it is about it, but I like finding stuff and seeing what this one wrote and evaluating that and taking it apart. I want to be in the media world, so I want to be in the media world.
What kills me about a lot of people that criticize your dad and you guys' movement is they don't understand how many bricks he done took to the face, and he actually really walked the walk and talked the talk. He went to the meetings and he.
But that's what I was about to say before when you said you about that life. He's about that life. Like people don't really understand. He didn't have Al Sharpton for a father. There was no NAN for him to utilize. It was just him, 4-year-old boy, broke from Brooklyn. His father left. He just had a dream and he had a big mouth and he was mad. So that's basically what he did. He got stabbed. Like nobody gave him anything. So that when people say, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a snitch or he's a crook or from who? Who did he snitch on? He stands for the black community. Who did he stand? Who did he snitch on? What did he do that wasn't for you? You say, well, oh, he's a sellout because he's on the news. If that's a platform. In order to get your message across, you need a platform. Duh. So that's business. You have to know business. And people understand. I'm a businessman, understand it. But at the end of the day, if you're in this fight for social justice, you know Reverend Al Sharpton. You marched along Reverend Al Sharpton. You've done something along with Reverend Al Sharpton if you've been in a fight for over 20 years. And just like Walter Scott case is the most recent case that we've been going through in this whole movement. Who was there? Reverend Sharpton. And the same young people that talk about, oh, da-da-da, where were you?
Where were you? Where were you, asshole? I didn't see
That's
you
all I'm
there.
saying. I mean,
what did you do for Walter?
I can't.
Okay. Let's talk about the Sharpton Entertainment. Entertainment. What is that? Are y'all trying to start your own network?
Sharpton Entertainment, basically, I started when I was 17 years old, and it's an entertainment company.
You started your own entertainment company? Did yours?
Yeah, it's mine. It's an LLC.
I'm getting you pregnant.
I can't.
Yeah, I've been waiting on this.
Oh my God. But basically, it's an entertainment company, and we specialize in talent and fashion showcases, media services, and artist promotion.
And so, have you guys done any independent movies yet? No.
Nope. We just do our showcases. We have our website. We have our YouTube. We helped push Tiana Taylor.
Where it is?
I can't. It's we just had our last showcase, Fashion for Justice, April 11th. We convened the National Network Convention for the 6th year in a row, and we have our summer showcase coming up in July. That's it's our 10th year, so that's gonna be huge. We're gonna take over 125th and 7th, the Harlem State Office Building.
I'm coming.
Yeah, and I need you there. I
will be there.
And we have a budget, so we can pay.
Girl, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, yo, man. Now I gotta ask you some things that you've seen. What's been the greatest ride? What's the best part about being Al Sharpton's daughter? Let's talk about them perks you were talking about, man.
Honestly, to actually have the window to know somebody people feel is a living legend or a walking history, because that is he really is amazing. Like sometimes you just check and be like, that's really my father. Like he's dope. He really knows what he's doing. Like when I started working with him at the radio show, it's like, oh, this is real. Like sometimes it's like, oh, maybe this is it's like he believes everything he says. Like it's real. It's not a gimmick. So I think that window into that life is a blessing. You couldn't buy that. You couldn't earn that. You couldn't be loyal to somebody for that. That's just a blessing that me and my sister were blessed with, and I'm thankful for that. And then also being on shows like getting your first TV interview with Oprah, stuff like that is pretty dope. And going to the White House for the president's 50th birthday party, that was pretty dope too.
That's crazy.
So
you did that.
Yes, we did.
You needed a date.
Yeah, I did. I never have a date.
Yo.
Ever.
Hey.
I can't.
Hey.
But yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, it's different.
Word. Do you have to stay a virgin all the way until you?
Oh Lord, that's a question for my sister. But no, we're good. We're good. I don't know. I was always like, I like boys, but I'm never been like into that. I was always focused on my mission. Like I've had one real boyfriend my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Do your daddy like?
He don't. As long as he's like, do they have a job? Do they like? And besides that, that's all
He
he
don't
cares
care.
about. No.
Word. That's
My mom is worse. My mom is real hard. She was in the army. She's on it.
word.
On it. Yeah, she's on it.
So they shouldn't meet me. They don't even need
I
to be
can't.
dating. And stuff like. Yeah. And, you know, how old are you?
27.
27. Oh, so you of age in there?
I cannot.
Is there anything you want to say to this video before we get about you?
Just keep the change. The change you wish to see become that change. That's all I ask of you. That's all you can be is what you expect of yourself. So please be that change if you want to see a change.
When last time you tongue kissed somebody?
I can't.
All right,
I don't remember.
I'm gonna refresh your memory in just a second. But anyway, like I always say, you just can't say you're real to something. You gotta be, man. This is gonna be the first of many interviews, and I'm gonna get involved in their situations.
Yes, please do.
And I'm gonna be her date set places.
I
and
can't.
Stuff. Yeah.
If you see it, say what up.
Okay. All right. Come on. Do your. Cool. All right. We over when we out of here. Do I have something in mind? Y'all go to commercial.
I can't.
Don't kiss them hoes in the mouth unless you got to.
Ew.